Welcome back everyone. A video on request on popular demand Morning Star Workbook Solutions of Haunted Houses written by H.W.Longfellow. I am also going to discuss sample specimen question paper number 5 from Morning Star. It's on page number 200, the last page. So there are 7 extracts in all discussed in today's session, a one-shot session. So watch the entire video. Do check the pinned comment section for all important video links and playlists. Without wasting much of your time, let's begin with extract number 1. Question 1. According to the narrator of the poem, why are all the houses haunted? According to the narrator of Haunted Houses, here I have mentioned the name of the poem. According to the narrator of Haunted Houses, all the houses are haunted because they are visited by the ghosts or spirits of the earlier occupants, earlier inhabitants of the houses, the former inhabitants of the houses. What kind of houses are these? These are all the houses wherein men have lived and died. In this way, change paragraphs for the subparts and write brief answers, including all keywords and expressions. Who are the harmless phantoms? How are these phantoms different from the usual image of the phantoms? The harmless phantoms are the souls of the dear departed who linger in our memories and therefore in our lives and houses. And how are they different from the usual image of the phantoms? These spirits are not terrifying. Number 1, difference number 1, but rather peaceful echoes of the past. They are neither mischievous poltergeists nor angry spirits who seek to harm. Number 3. Dear students, if you have watched my line-by-line explanation video, then I'm sure you are familiar with all these terms. So go and check that video as well. They are quiet, inoffensive ghosts, unlike the scary ones. So another point of difference. Point number 4. In this way, I have differentiated between the phantoms, the harmless phantoms, the souls of the dear departed, and the scary, spooky ghosts. What errands are done by these phantoms? Are their errands different from the known errands of the phantoms? How? The phantoms do their daily tasks, errands, much like the people who once lived in these houses. Metaphorically, these errands suggest the actions and experiences of the past inhabitants that reverberate through the house. Reverberate, echo through the house. And are their errands different from the known errands of phantoms? Definitely, their errands are different from the known errands of phantoms. How? You will have to explain how. Conventionally, here the poet has reversed the conventional image of spooky, frightening ghosts, scary ghosts. Conventionally, the duties of ghosts involve conjuring up evil tricks. Ghosts are conventionally associated with evil, ominous tricks to frighten people and engulfing the atmosphere. So, what is a conventional image? Evil and ominous tricks, and also engulfing the atmosphere with eeriness. With eeriness as well as fear. This is number 2. But the duties of the harmless phantoms are not malevolent. They establish continuity of history in life. Very important difference. They are not malevolent. What is the meaning of malevolent? They are benign. They are peaceful. They are not frightening, scary and spooky. Their duties are malevolent. They establish continuity of history in life, a connection between the past and the present. At what places in the houses are these phantoms found as described later in the poem? These phantoms are found at the doorway, on the stair, in the passages, and in the illuminated hall. And how do they enter the house? They enter the house through the open doors, gliding with feet that make no sound upon the floors. They come and go along the passages, very important, silently, and they are also invisible. They move about gently. Explain briefly how this extract suggests the title of the poem. Title: Haunted Houses. Therefore, we'll have to focus on the expression haunted houses. What kind of haunting is this? The expression haunted houses suggests non-spooky, lingering energies, experiences, and legacies of the past. The harmless phantoms are intangible, which cannot be perceived through our senses, and they are always present. The title refers to their peaceful coexistence with humans and a connection between the past and the present. The first stanza dispels the conventional notion of haunting. So this haunting is not a spooky haunting. This haunting is a non-spooky haunting. It does not scare. These phantoms do not scare people away. Their presence is reassuring. So, reassuring presence of the ghosts, of the phantoms. This is the end of extract 1. Extract number 2, it is there on the screen. Students, these are reference answers. Take points from these answers and frame your own answers according to the questions available. The length is going to differ. Some questions need some explanation. They cannot be answered just in one line or in a few words. So take help from these reference materials. Every question is going to be different. Why are there more guests at the table? How do these uninvited guests behave at the table? Why are there more guests? At any given moment or place, humans are surrounded not just by the present but also by the echoes of the past, traditions, or the lingering influences of the people who have died but whose impact is still felt. Thus, there are innumerable souls of the dear departed, intangible, hence more than the hosts invited. We are always surrounded by echoes of the past, traditions, legacies of people who have died, but their impact is still felt. So, imprints of the past. And this is represented by the ghosts, the harmless phantoms in this poem. And how do these uninvited guests behave at the table? They are quite inoffensive ghosts, as silent as the pictures on the walls. Unobtrusive presence. They do not cause any disruption. They do not cause any disruption. They are quiet, but they are there. They are always surrounding us. They do not cause any disruption. Why are they described as quiet and inoffensive? State two other traits of the ghosts described in the poem. They are quiet and inoffensive because these spirits are parts of our past and are not terrifying or harmful, but simply a part of our life, symbolic of an interconnectedness between the past and the present. So, therefore, they are inoffensive. And why are they quiet? And a peaceful coexistence. Quietness suggesting peaceful coexistence between physical reality and the intangible realm of memory and history. Lack of threat or harm, inoffensive, quiet, sense of peace and tranquility. Therefore, they are quiet. They are harmless, trait number 1, and they are impalpable impressions on the air. So, the second trait, 2 are the traits of the ghosts described in the poem. Now, dear students, this is a complex poem. Go through the line-by-line explanation video and also these reference answers to understand this poem a little better. Why are they as silent as the pictures on the wall? Whose pictures are they? The pictures represent memories frozen in time. Silent reminders of the past moments people experiences. Similarly, the ghosts also represent past lives. Ghosts are echoes of the past and the pictures are also memories frozen in time. And whose pictures are they? These pictures are of the earlier occupants of the house who are dead but not forgotten. Their pictures hang on the wall. Next, question number 4. Very quickly, let me just adjust. Which figure of speech is used in the extract? The figure of speech used in the extract is simile. As silent as the pictures on the wall. Explain this figure of speech. Now, what is simile? Simile means comparison between 2 different things. And the comparison is direct. And we use words like, as in order to make the comparison. Direct comparison. So here, as silent as the pictures on the wall. Example of simile. The souls. Now you will have to explain this figure of speech. The souls of the dear departed are compared to the pictures. 2 different things. Souls of the dear departed and pictures which hang on the wall, implying that they are still and silent. Static and silent. Establishing an interconnectedness between the past and the present. Both stand for nostalgia and enduring memories, quiet and unobtrusive. Very important, nostalgia. Element of nostalgia in the poem. And interconnectedness. There is a connection between the past and the present. So, our present is dependent on the past. The legacies, the traditions, they are handed down from one generation to another. The previous generation, the members of the previous generation die and their legacies, their memories continue to stay with us in the present moment. And the living members, the living human beings, they carry forward those memories. So in haunted houses, all the houses are haunted in this regard. This is the simple explanation. In this extract, there is a reference to more guests. What in the extract states that they are uninvited? The illuminated hall is thronged with ghosts. Since the ghosts are intangible, they are uninvited. Very simple. Even after their death, these spirits visit the present inhabitants. So there are more guests at the table than the guests invited by the hosts. The remnants of the past continue to pervade the present. Many people of the previous generation, they have died. Hence they are uninvited. But they have come from the other world into this physical world without the knowledge of the hosts. I hope these answers will be helpful to you. Extract number 3. Who are we referred to in this extract and why do they not have the title deeds of house or lands? The living men, that is, The present occupants of the house are we. And why do they not have the title deeds? The ghosts rise from their graves to claim the ownership of the houses they once lived in. Thus, the human beings do not have permanent title deeds of houses or lands. Next, who are the owners and occupants of earlier dates? The owners and occupants of earlier dates are the individuals who lived in the house and owned the lands before the current inhabitants. They are the previous generations of people who have lived and had ownership of the property. Now just add this, now they are dead. So this is a compact answer. After this, explain the line from graves forgotten stretch their dusty hands with reference to the poem. The earlier inhabitants lie buried in their graves after their deaths. But with the passage of time, their resting places are overlooked over time or neglected. Owing to the transitory nature of human memory, the dead fade into obscurity. Despite this, the spirits of the past continue to hold their estates, haunting them. Their presence can always be felt in the form of echoes of the past, memories, traditions, legacies, experiences, lessons learnt from the past. I'll just explain this in simpler terms. With the passage of time, the graves of the dead are neglected, and we also, human beings, also tend to forget about the dead. Not forget about the dead, we get used to their absence from our lives, and hence the memory becomes fleeting. Memory fades into obscurity, forgetfulness. But despite this, the spirits of the past continue to hold onto their estates. They keep on lingering. Their memory cannot be erased forever. Who hold in mortmain still their old estates? Why? The intangible. This is important concept, intangible, which cannot be perceived through our senses. We cannot see. We cannot touch the spirits, the souls of the dear departed or the members of the previous generation. Hence, the spirits are intangible. The intangible spirits of the dear departed hold in mortmain still their old estates. And why? The previous owners and occupants of the house or lands continue to exert an everlasting control over the property even after the death. And how is this possible? Metaphorically, symbolizing the enduring, the lingering connection between the present and the history of the property. You cannot erase the memories, the histories, the legacies of the past inhabitants. These things are deeply embedded within the property. In all corners, in all objects, you can feel their presence, although they have died. Their touch, their joys, their sorrows, their triumphs, their everything, you can feel. You cannot completely erase the dead, erase your past. Past is always present in the present day, in the present moment. It is there always. Explain briefly two poetic devices used in the extract with examples. Two poetic devices. Number one, the expression from graves forgotten is an example of alliteration. Learn the spelling. F sound. What is alliteration? You will have to explain briefly. The consonant F sound is repeated at the beginning. See, from forgotten. And the next one, second one, the figure of speech from graves forgotten stretch their dusty hands is personification. So number two, The spirits of the dead are invested with human qualities. They stretch their dusty hands. That means they make their presence felt. Unobtrusive presence, lingering presence of the spirits in our daily lives. Extract 4. Whose little lives are referred to in the first line of the extract? The lives of human beings are referred to as little lives in the first line of the extract. In comparison to whom are they little and why? In the grand scheme of things, human lives are small and transient, transitory nature. This concept again is very important. Ephemerality of human life, human existence on earth. Short-lived nature of human life. Transient spelling, you will have to just add an N. Transient. Transient, transitory, ephemerality, mortality of human beings. So in the grand scheme of things, if we take the cosmos, the vast universe, space into our consideration, human lives are petty, small and transitory. The time allotted to humans on earth is limited, and their impact may seem petty in the face of the vastness of the universe. Universe is too vast, and we humans are just insignificant entities present for an allotted time period on earth. So in the grand scheme of things, human lives are little lives. How is balance maintained in their short lives? Human lives are kept in balance by maintaining opposite attractions and desires. What are the two types of instincts referred to in the poem? Very, very important. There are two types of instincts. What are they? Give examples. Base instincts that seek worldly pleasures and enjoyment. And number 1, base instincts. Number 2, noble instincts that aspire for higher and noble goals and spiritual aims. So you can stop over here. I have given the examples as well, but I have mentioned a little extra for your benefit so that you can use it if necessary. Give examples. The instinct that enjoys refers to man's natural inclination towards seeking materialistic pleasures and their immediate gratification. Comfort as well. Comfort, luxury. The more noble instinct that aspires refer to quest, search, yearning for personal growth, self-improvement and spirituality. So, I have given the examples over here also very briefly, but I have added this section so that you can use them if necessary. So, adjust and adapt according to the question available. Study with an open mind. What is the reason for the struggle between the two types of instincts? How is this struggle resolved? There is a struggle between the two types of instincts. What is the reason? So that human beings can find a harmonious balance between these complex and contradictory impulses. So these are complex and contradictory, different impulses. One tells us to enjoy the moment. One tells us to seek worldly pleasures, materialistic pleasures, satisfaction, immediate satisfaction, and another impulse tells us to aim for spirituality, for the lofty spiritual ideals, which is permanent actually. So there is a constant tug of war. There is a tussle. And how is this struggle resolved? The struggle is resolved when humans navigate through immediate gratification of base instincts and lofty aspirations to find a middle path. So we must experience everything so that we can find a middle path, a midway, where these conflicting instincts coexist. So this is the solution. And explain briefly the rhyme scheme in this poem with examples. The poem follows a regular rhyme scheme and unvarying ABAB rhyme scheme. Example, equipoise and enjoys rhyme with each other, and desires and aspires rhyme with each other. And what role does it play in the poem? This evokes a feeling of comfort and peacefulness not usually associated with the notion of haunted houses or guests. This is one role. Another role adds musicality. Add this also, if possible, and rhythm. Add this. Extract 5 now. What are referred to as these perturbations? The expression these perturbations refer to mental disturbances, anxiety, fears of human beings. It represents a state of imbalance where our wants or desires may clash with each other. Who are affected by them? Human beings who face a dynamic tension between the contradictory impulses of base instincts and noble aspirations are affected by these perturbations. They want more. But spirituality is also permanent. So, human beings must also strive for spiritual ideals, for spirituality in their lives, and there is a clash, and these things cause mental disturbances, anxieties, fear of losing, fear of failing. So there are many anxieties, mental disturbances. You need to be successful, you need to acquire materialistic worldly pleasures, you need to be successful in order to enjoy the luxuries of life. So everything creates a turbulence. Which figure of speech is used in the line, this perpetual jar of earthly wants and aspirations high? Explain it briefly. The figure of speech is metaphor. What is metaphor? Again, comparison between two different things, but the comparison is not direct, but it is indirect, implicit, implied. You will have to understand it. There is an ongoing discord. What is the meaning of jarring? Jarring note means a harsh note. Ongoing discord. Perpetual jar means ongoing, continuous discord, disharmony between our earthly wants and higher aspirations. This internal turbulence creates a perpetual state of jar or disharmony within us. So this is the metaphor. Jarring sound and the state of internal turbulence. What comes from the influence of an unseen star? The cause of anxiety and fears in human beings is due to, just a moment, is due to the influence of an unseen star. The unseen star may refer to an unseen force or influence that guides and shapes man's desires and aspirations. It represents something beyond man's immediate perception, exerting a profound impact on his existence. Unseen, the unknown, the eternity, the vastness of this universe and the unexplored cosmos. The unseen star is a part of this unknown realm. Why has the narrator referred to an undiscovered planet in our sky? According to the narrator, an undiscovered planet in our sky is responsible for man's inner conflict. Unseen star is also responsible, and the remote planet is also responsible. Metaphorically, there are unseen influences or greater forces at play in the cosmos, COSMOS, which are beyond human perception and comprehension. Comprehension, understanding. These shape man's wants, desires, and aspirations. Explain briefly how this extract suggests the existence of supernatural element. The concept of a remote planet in the universe and an unseen star creates a sense of mystery, intrigue, and a sense of the unknown. There are innumerable possibilities in the cosmos which are yet to be explored, and countless intangible forces which surround human lives. There is the existence of the supernatural element. In this way, mystery, intrigue, unknown. So we have the fear of the unknown, the curiosity to explore the unknown. And this is a feature of supernaturalism. After this, let me see. Yes, it's extract number 6. What connects a bridge of light? How is a bridge made? The human world is connected with the bridge of light. How is it made? Human imagination travels across the planks of the trembling bridge of light into a mysterious world where the spirits of a dear departed have gone. And how is the bridge made? The moon comes out of the dark clouds. Its light falls on the sea waves and forms a floating bridge of light. So the moon is responsible for this. Whose floor is referred to as unsteady? The floor of the bridge of light is unsteady. Why? The unsteadiness of the bridge implies that it is not a fixed structure, but a transient, ethereal and delicate connection between the earthly and the spiritual realms. Two realms. Earthly existence and spiritual existence. Two worlds. The known earthly world and the unknown spiritual world. Human perception and imagination also fluctuate, making the bridge fragile or vulnerable. Our thoughts, imagination, the way we look at things keep on fluctuating. Because of these fluctuations, the bridge, the connection also becomes fragile, unsteady, vulnerable. What are the thoughts that wander above the dark abyss? The thoughts of human beings, that is memories, wander above the dark abyss. Human imagination moves beyond the immediate realm of physical reality. What is the significance of this bridge of light? The bridge of light, number 1, serves as a beacon, an illumination emerging from obscurity which connects the known and the unknown. The memories of the dear departed who are in the mysterious world keep the living from falling into deep sorrows. The memories save us from feeling deep sorrow. The passage that the bridge provides also allows men to comprehend the mysteries of the natural world. So reassuring presence of the ghosts. Because of the bridge, they can come to us in the form of memories which help us to which helps us from falling into deep sorrow. We stop lamenting, mourning over their loss, and then we have their memories to cherish forever. And then this bridge also allows men to comprehend the mysteries of the natural world. Give 4 reasons. We'll have to give 4 reasons why all houses are haunted to justify. This is my interpretation. In every house, men have lived and died. So, man is mortal. Inevitability of death. Everyone is going to die. Mortality of human beings and inevitability of death change the living occupants into spirits with the passage of time. Hence, all houses are haunted. Justification of the poet's view. Next, the memories and the history of the people who once inhabited the houses linger forever and cannot be erased. So this is a type of haunting that the poet speaks about. Another justification that all houses are haunted. All houses have memories. All houses have histories of people living inside them once upon a time. Hence, another justification. Thirdly, the world of spirits floats around the immediate physical reality like the air of the atmosphere envelops the earth. Therefore, again, all houses are haunted because in all the houses, spirits make their presence felt very subtly and quietly. They are there with us. Lastly, there are innumerable forces in the cosmos. We can hardly deny this truth. There is an eternal and fragile connection between the known and the unknown. We are aware of the known realm, but the unknown realm also is there and we cannot deny it. Hence, all houses are haunted. The spirits can make a crossover. So, these are the 6 extracts, and I have also discussed the specimen paper 5 extract 6 question and answers. It's from your morning star. Last page. What is the spirit world? The spirit world is an intangible realm which envelops the earthly realm. It is like the vital breath of delicate air from the other world. Life after death. Where is it? It has an encompassing presence present everywhere. It is found everywhere, filling the spaces between the tangible aspects of human existence, just as the air of the atmosphere surrounds the physical world. And what is described too as this world of sense? The phrase, this world of sense, refers to the physical reality, which can be directly perceived through our senses, tangible reality. It is the known realm of existence in this vast universe. What floats like an atmosphere and where? The world of spirits floats around the human world of senses. And what does it suggest about it? The atmosphere interacts with and influences various aspects of the physical world. It is omnipresent and a thin, invisible layer of air. Similarly, the spirits are ethereal, omnipresent, unobtrusive entities who linger in our memories, and the legacies and experiences interact and influence man's earthly existence, shaping his perceptions. To say it in simple words, the atmosphere influences various aspects: the weather, the climate, the vegetation, human life, survival of human beings. Symbolically, this spirit world also engulfs us, surrounds us, and shapes, influences man's earthly existence. How? By shaping his perception. The spirit world has no role in influencing the weather, the climate, the rainfall, the vegetation. No. Symbolically, metaphorically, it helps, it impacts man's experiences, perceptions, and overall personal growth. Permanence of spiritual legacies. This is important. What are referred to as earthly mists and vapors dense? How do the spirits move through them? The expressions earthly mists and vapors dense refer to the complexities, distractions, uncertainties of daily life of man's material world, the hopes, the anxieties, the sadness, everything. They also refer to the mundane concerns and material attachments that obscure the realm of spirituality. We are preoccupied with all these things. We forget about spirituality. So, earthly mists and vapors dense, and the spirits waft through them, that is, move gently and subtly through the denseness of man's earthly existence. Which figure of speech is used in this extract? Explain with example. The expression floats like an atmosphere is an example of simile. See, like. There is a direct comparison between the spirit world and the atmosphere. Explain why do the spirits leave the spirit world and come to the world of sense. There is a close connection and interaction between the spirit world and the physical world of man. The spirits leave their world to shape human experiences through their legacies, memories, and history. They cannot be erased and also enter the human realm to prevent humans from falling into deep sorrow. Number 2 and number 1. The same thing, but you just need to understand the concept. They also provide a deeper understanding of spirituality. They are harmless, quiet, inoffensive, ethereal, impalpable, and reassuring in their presence in the world. Important. So this is the end. Take care and bye.